Hey guys, welcome back. This is Khai.
And this is Tiara.
Welcome back to Tay Talk.
Yeah.
Well. I hope you guys have been faring quite well
Yes.
amidst all this, COVID-19, the festive period. Hopefully you guys haven't been eating too much.
I certainly have.
Me too. You can see pretty much on how round I have been. And also evidently what the weighing machine has been telling me. Yep, it is not telling me the right kind of weight that I want to see.
It's not showing you the correct numbers lah, huh?
Yes, it's always increasing. I wish it was something that has to do with my bank account, but sadly it isn't. Right? Right, the mirror also doesn't lie. And yeah, it's telling me.
Come on, you don't look that bad.
But yeah, I don't look that bad now, but I am starting to look bad. And that's always very worrying. Anyways, that's enough talk about my roundness. Okay, for today, we are going to talk a little bit about one of the biggest phenomenon movement in the television world. The biggest disruptor on live television. No, wait. The biggest disruptor to live television. You remember how back then we were like, hey, what time does this show start?
Yeah.
How about you? Were you like, you have some program guide that you always look to or to refer to see what shows are coming out, what movies are coming out?
Yeah, it was usually either the newspaper or I think when StarHub was a big thing, when cable TV at least was a big thing, every month we will get like their magazine and then they will show like what cartoons or what shows is going to be playing at what time, at which channel. So I'll always look through there to see what I can watch throughout the whole day. I was overly reliant on that thing.
I was always relying on 8 Days magazine.
Yes, they also have.
Yeah, this was when before cable became like a big part of my life. And I was still relying on, back then was what? TCS 5.
Yeah.
Or Channel 5. SBS.
Huh?
No, SBS is bus service. SBC. Singapore Broadcasting Center. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, those were the days. And 8 Days was a very big part of always me referring to some sort of a guide to tell me what movies or shows are going to be playing. But these days, where are all those?
Gone,
right? And it's all being rapidly replaced by our favorite streaming service, which is Netflix.
Yeah.
And Netflix has become a big part of in my life.
Yeah, for sure. Same
right?
here.
Every day.
Yeah.
Without fail, right? We will on Netflix.
Yeah, whether or not we pay attention is a different story. But it will be on lah.
I'll pay attention.
Really?
As long as I'm not sleeping. As long as I'm not zoning off and sleep.
The confidence in these guys that, oh my God, let's watch a movie. And then like, okay. And then halfway through the movie, he's snoring away. Then I'm like, why? Why do you even bother asking me to watch a movie when you're just going to sleep halfway?
Yeah, because we start watching movie like 10 p.m.
Such a loser.
11 p.m. Those are like bedtime time.
For you.
For all normal people. No? You're not normal, that's why.
Yeah, that's what you always say.
So, just for this episode, we are going to recommend and suggest some of the very, very good shows or good trashy shows that you should be watching instead of the usual A-grade, hyped out TV shows and movies on Netflix. Okay? And these shows that we will be recommending, I am sure some of it you have not even heard of.
Yeah, actually it's more of things to keep you entertained or something for you to try, because Karen and I are we are the different people.
The toy.
Yeah. But yeah, we like different things when it comes to Netflix in some cases. So I think that I feel that most of you will find his recommendations more interesting than mine because I'm very basic when it comes to my favorite TV shows. You can ask Khairun, I either watch the same show over and over again, or I watch shows that I don't have to 100% pay attention because I like to do other things. I like to be on my phone, I like to put on my skincare, my face mask. So there are some of these shows, especially the ones that he watches and he's going to recommend today, that will confirm plus drop require you to sit down and pay attention. And if you are like me, you cannot sit down and pay attention, then maybe you might enjoy things that I will talk about later.
Yeah. If you are someone who is like Tiara, who watches TV and at the same time plays with the phone, then you would probably be liking whatever that she's going to be recommending later.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, but Tiara has this very big obsession on trashy shows.
I wouldn't say it's an obsession. I think it's more because of the nature of it. Like I live for the drama. It's hilarious sometimes. I mean, oh my god, these kind of people are very first world problems sometimes. But the shows that I will share today, not all of them are trashy lah. Some of them are actually quite wholesome, and it's just like feel good show, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. But even so, these air quotes, trashy shows, they are actually good trashy shows. The ones that you are watching or the ones that you've watched. I remember you watching Too Hot to Handle, right? And I was thinking like, what the hell is she watching? You know, to me, it's like, oh, here Tiara goes again with another episode of trashy show.
Yeah, this is so, segue. Since you already mentioned it, right? Let that be the first.
Okay,
the
sure.
show.
Let that. What was the title again? Too Hot to Handle.
Okay, you continue first.
Right. And I was, okay, maybe that time I was either playing with my phone, my iPad, or I was reading something, maybe a book or something, right? But when I was, the first thing that hit me when Tiara was watching this were all the beautiful people, especially the ladies.
Yeah.
They were like, wow, they are really, really gorgeous ladies. So that kind of like hit on me that, why is she watching this show where there's a lot of beautiful people? So I paid a bit of attention initially just to see how this show is leading on. And I was kind of like surprised that the depth that they put into the show, because there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of sociology that goes behind it. And I was kind of like hooked. Okay?
Yeah.
As much as I don't like trashy shows, this show kind of like grew into me.
It grew onto, he became slightly invested in it. Actually, very interesting that you mentioned this because I just thought of another show that I just added onto the list.
Okay.
Of another trashy show that I watched and he judged me for, but he ended up was like, hey, don't watch without me. So I'll get to that show later. But anyway, so Too Hot to Handle was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I think not a lot of people like it because it's really very superficial and very stupid. Like when you first watch it, it's really stupid. Like it's just this bunch of good-looking people just trying to get laid. And then,
or trying not to get laid.
Yeah, they wanted to get laid, but then after that they had to try not to get laid. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to spoil it. I don't think we should spoil it in our podcast, but basically this group of males and females, all of them are really good looking and they are known to be like afraid of commitment. They just want to sleep around, like those like playboys and like that lah. So they thought that they were going to go on this show on this island to meet, to what do you call that, like to network, right? But not so much. So a lot of drama unfolded.
A lot of twists and turns into their daily life in the island.
Yeah, and it's when I was watching it, like first few episodes, I was like, oh my god, this is so lame. Like, can you all just not, like, is it so hard to stay celibate or something? Like, is it so difficult to control your inner desires. And then after that, like things started getting really interesting. And yeah, you will actually see a little bit of growth in the characters, majority of the characters. And that was the main intent of the show itself. So if you, and now that it's not Ramadan anymore, it's, you don't, yeah, I mean, you still have to shield your eyes lah.
Wait,
But
did we watch it during Ramadan?
maybe we did.
Oh my god.
Did we not? Did
I
we?
don't I don't remember.
I can't remember.
There is a very high chance that we
I
did.
think we did.
Okay.
Anyway, astaghfirullah for that.
Yeah. We shouldn't, but we did.
Yeah. So yeah, too hot to handle. I think you just have to make sure that you are not watching with your parents or not watching with children around. It's quite sexual, but there's no like scenes
not
or
overly
anything. Yeah, it's
R-rated
not like
right?
scenes or anything. It's just very like suggestive and very provocative behavior and outfits.
Yeah. Revealing. Very
Yes.
scintillating.
Wow, that's a
No,
that's a
is,
word.
is it? Is it scintillating?
I don't know.
Well, it could be. It could be. The summary is that there's a lot of good-looking people. The ladies are hot. The guys are hot.
Yeah,
Right? And if you watch it, you'll know what we mean.
yeah, a lot of eye candy.
Yeah, a lot.
I bet you after you watch the whole series or at least a couple of episodes, you're going to be on your phone and you're going to stalk all these people because that's what I did.
Yeah. One season, right?
Yeah, it's just one season.
10 episodes?
Yeah, I
think
think
it's
it's
10
around
episodes.
10 episodes.
Yep. So too hot to handle. Check it out.
Mm.
Okay, for me, I'm more of a history buff because I love any shows that has got to do with history, and then they put a story behind it, so it becomes like a fantasy history-ish kind of show. There are a lot in my list which has got to do a lot on history. Well, first, I would just want to recommend Outlander. Outlander is actually based on a novel by Diana Gabaldon. I haven't read the book, but the show is just simply amazing. Why? Because it touches on a lot of history timelines, more cramped into a specific time, which was during the Scottish uprising. Scotland has a lot of uprising in their history, and this is just one part of it. And it revolves around this guy who's, I think if you ladies were to see him, you would agree with me that he is a heartthrob. I forgot what's his name. He's Scottish, but he has the build, he has the jawline, all those things come in one package. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, wait, have you watched?
It's Jamie, right?
Jamie, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can agree that he is a heartthrob.
He's a very charming looking
Very.
guy. Yeah, then like his voice is like,
Yeah.
his voice is
And
like
with his
this.
accent, his
Yeah,
thick
he's like,
Scottish accent.
yeah. He's
And-
like a very like abang-abang like man,
Yeah, very, I wouldn't call it a testosterone
No,
fueled guy,
no.
right?
Not like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that kind. No,
not like that. Not like Thor, not like Chris Evans.
It's one step,
Uh,
two steps down.
Yeah, but still as charming. Hira, my sister, is overly in love with this Jamie guy. I totally forgot what his real name is. But yeah, the story revolves around him and get this, a time traveling lover of his. So this person travels in time by accident, met him, fell in love, and yeah, the story and all the drama revolves around the both of them. And to put things even more interesting, it spirals out and it went into the American Revolution timeline. That is like one of the biggest timeline in history. How America got to be independent. Before it was under the British colony, right? There were 13 states? Yeah, 13 states. And then they rebelled against English rule, and they had a war, a big war, A lot of people died, of course, and it became what it is. So the story and the twist and the drama and by the way, this show is very, very R-rated.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, okay, I don't really follow the show, but sometimes when Karan watches it, I'm around and I just sit down and watch also. I'm not really a big fan because I feel very uncomfortable at some of the scenes, so I don't like. But from what I hear from not just Karun but like from my friends also who watch the show, they really like it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yep, very R-rated show. You shouldn't be watching with people that you're not comfortable in watching with. If it's if it's between husband and wife, I'm totally sure that it's going to be fine. But if you're watching with your mom or your dad, I think you should be watching another movie or another show.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's Outlander. So now come back to Tiara. We're going to be doing back and forth over here. So Tiara, what is your second recommended show?
Okay, so the next one is something that I have watched. I binge watched it last weekend and it's Selling Sunset.
Wait, you binge watched it?
Yeah, I binge watched it like I think a week and a half ago, and it was recommended to me by my colleague Hani. Fun and interesting story. Hani is my colleague, but I actually know her because she has been my long-time subscriber and she was the first person who won my very first giveaway that I hosted on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's now my colleague.
Interesting.
And yeah, so she has seen me in like 7 years ago, Tiara, which was not...
Yeah, which
was orbit lah, basically.
Which is not marryable material lah.
Jahat sia. Actually, at that time, we are already going out, see.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay,
you take it back.
I had to reevaluate.
It's okay, never mind. Okay, carry on. But anyway, yes. So Hani, my colleague, recommended it to me, and I couldn't help myself. So I started watching the first episode, and I was so invested in it. And there are 2 seasons of this show, and I finished them all. And one season has like around 7 to 10 episodes. And the upcoming season is going to be launched in August. So I can't wait for that.
Oh, wait, you finished the entire season?
2 seasons.
You finished 2 seasons?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So anyway, just a little gist, I guess, about the show is about this bunch of realtors, right? So they don't just they are real estate dealers and the estates or their properties that they manage is like, you know, if you think in Singapore it's like, oh, this HDB is $500,000, you're like, oh my god, so expensive. And then for them, the real estate and the properties that they manage is like over like millions of dollars. They talk about cash and like prices of houses there, like 4.99. It's 499.
Like loose change.
Yeah, like 49. Oh, just $499. Then the people are just like, oh, $499. Oh, that's within my budget. Then I'm like, can y'all give me some money or something? Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole like nuance of the story, right? And then they weave in each of their personal lives inside. And interestingly enough, they work for a real estate company that's very famous in LA, and they manage properties that are super expensive in like Beverly Hills, in the Sunset Strip, which is like the most expensive area lah. That's what I got from the show anyway. And the interesting thing is that the bosses of the company are these 2 male people, like men.
Males.
2 males, like these 2 men, and they are twins, right? And their staff, all of the realtors are females. So you can imagine how catty the office can get. And yeah.
Wait, I remember seeing this French guy. He's not a staff.
He's not a staff. He's the boyfriend of one of the
Oh,
realtors. Yeah. So
I
that's why I
see.
say like their personal life like weaves in into like the whole like storyline of their job lah. Yeah. And why I like it is because it's very drama. That's number one. I love I say right, I live for drama. It's very dramatic because you can see how like bitchy how bitchy they are to one another at times. And not only that, it's actually very interesting how you see them work. Like for example in Singapore, right, you if you work with a real estate agent before, you know that they get a percentage of the cut. It's exactly the same over there. But because of the price of the properties, their commission is like if you sell a 4 million house, you can get up to $100,000 commission. You don't have to work for like a while, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. And another thing that I found interesting was that like property developers, so what they do is either they buy a plot of land or they buy like a probably an old house, and then they pump in money to revamp it and then they sell it off. Then that's where they get their money back. Yeah, then they purposefully buy plots of land that is like overseeing the LA view, or like they have like pools and everything is near to wherever. It's kind of like Singapore whereby, if you live near an MRT station, if you live near a market then or a school, then or immediately your property price will go up, right? So it's exactly the same thing for them. And yeah, it's just very interesting how to see how they actually work to sell properties of this caliber. And yeah, I just really like it a lot. So there are 2 seasons. It's amazing. I love it.
Interesting. So again, what's the title? Sunset?
It's Selling
Sunset?
Sunset.
Selling
Yeah.
Sunset.
Yeah, Selling Sunset.
Yeah, another trashy show that
Selling Sunset. Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
Yeah, there's like a nice ring to it. Selling Sunset. Anyways, okay, back to me. The next show that I really, really highly recommend. Okay, if you're on Netflix, you need to watch this. It is called The Last Kingdom. Again, this is based on a novel series by Bernard Cornwell. Bernard Cornwell is a fantastic author on history. It goes by the Saxon series. Really, really brilliant sets of books. I remember reading all of this when I was 16, 17 years old. And when the show came out on TV, I was very, very excited. But I didn't think that it was the Saxon series because the title was different. In the books, it's the Saxon series. And each installment has a different title. So when it came to Netflix, they retitled it as The Last Kingdom. So I could only relate back to what I was reading only until like the 2 episodes. Then I was like, wait a minute. This is something that which I've read before. I was totally enjoying it. And there were already 4 seasons. Again, this is based on very old England, when England was still under the Saxons. And of course, one of the major characters was Alfred the Great. And this is how he defended England from the invading Vikings. And the story also revolves around this hero character called Uther.
Oh my god, I love this guy.
Yeah, he's also very charming.
Yeah, he's like so okay. Another like
another heartthrob.
Another
right?
Abang.
I think if Chris Hemsworth couldn't be Thor,
he would be Thor.
He would be Thor.
Yeah, he would be Thor.
He has the body.
He has the look.
He has the look. He has the height. Oh wow! I don't know why I'm ogling over all these men when I'm talking. Yeah, but I just have this. I don't know when it comes to hero characters, right? Because I play games a lot.
Okay.
Right? And I
you see my face right now. I'm just like judging. I'm like, oh my god.
And I read a lot of fantasy books.
Is there something you need to tell me?
Fantasy medieval books, history books. So I've always when you read, you kind of like visualize how the hero character is. And when these people comes into live and I see them in person, it kind of like connects what I'm visualizing. So I think that is the reason why I'm ogling about, wow, this guy is like he matches the
Yeah,
hero
like it
persona.
suits. Like
you know?
you're like, oh my god, this is what I was
Yeah,
imagining.
yeah.
Mm.
Like who was that? Jamie Lannister
Mm.
when he appeared. What's his real name? Jonathan. No,
Nicola.
Walder Constau or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
So all this while, right, I have been visualizing how Jamie Lannister was before they casted this guy. So when he appeared, I was like, oh my god, this is Jamie Lannister. It's the same that goes for Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
Mm.
Or this guy, I forgot what's his name again, as Uther. Totally love the story and how it's being directed and how it revolves around Old England and Saxon and everything. The season got a bit, I'd say, yeah, because it's following the book. So the season got very up and down along your journey if you're invested in watching the entire 4 seasons. But I think the one very, very major thing that I learned, right? It drives the message that companionship is everything. If you don't have companions, you're just, I think you're lost. You just get lost in those days.
Is it like the concept of like no man is an island kind of thing?
Yes, and camaraderie and brotherhood, you know?
I think I watched a couple of episodes when you were watching also.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? Uthred, is it?
Uhtred.
Uthred.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the episodes I happened to watch was like how Uhtred always has this guy that follows him around.
Yeah.
And wow, the loyalty that this guy has to Uhtred, right, is like I will die for him like that.
Yeah. He's like the epitome of BFF.
Yeah, really, really, like he will be like, I will follow you till the end. Like you just tell me what I have to do, then I will do for you like that. Then I was like, wow. Like wow. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
It's amazing. So you need to watch this. Again, it's called The Last Kingdom.
And I have to say that this show that he's talking about, right? The Last Kingdom, The Last Kingdom,
Yeah.
right? It's actually quite like I think I got hooked for a while on it. Like I think I could sit I remember sitting through an episode or two of it. Yeah, but I lost interest because my attention span very short lah. But like it made me want to continue. I kept asking him like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, then did the girl die? Like, oh, like that kind of questions.
Yeah. You know how certain shows, they have filler episodes. You know, because they want to just
Prolong it,
meet the maybe the 13 episode contract or something, right? They had no choice because they just want to prolong the story. They had to put in filler episodes. And these filler episodes, most of the time, it doesn't matter whether they happen or not. But in The Last Kingdom, every episode is a story. It's a real story. There's no filler shows at all. No filler episodes at all. So that's why I'm totally invested in it. I totally enjoy watching it. Even in Game of Thrones has a lot of filler episodes.
Yeah,
a lot, and sometimes it just
very
gets too draggy. This show doesn't. Okay, it keeps you on the edge of your seat every single time because every time there's something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's a book, it's a page turner. If it's a show, it's a
episode binger.
Yeah, it's bingy.
It's bingy.
It's bingy. Okay, so yeah, guys, watch The Last Kingdom. Okay, now back to you.
All right, so the second last show that I want to share
Wait,
is...
second last?
Yeah.
That's all you have?
I have...
Oh, okay. Okay, go on.
5, right?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I'm taking out one. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my second last show recommendation, this is not something that is not known. I think if you spend a lot of time on Instagram or on Twitter, if you're more familiar with pop culture, you probably know this show, and it's Queer Eye. So Queer Eye is one of my favorite shows, and ever since I started watching it, I cannot stop. Every single episode makes me tear up. It makes me feel really good. And yeah, like it's more than just like the tagline says, like it's more than just a makeover. it's if you have not watched it before, it's just this group of five men from, they are like from the LGBTQ plus IA, correct, sorry if I'm wrong, community. So and all they do is they go from like, in different seasons they will go into different cities, and then they will find people to do makeovers on, and each one of them has a different role to play. So one of them, I'll just briefly share. One of them is more of like a social guy, in a sense whereby he does more like, not say therapy. I don't think it's therapy. It's more of like finding purpose and personal development. One handles the food. The first one was Karamo. Second one, Anthony, he does with food and wine. So he helps people like learn new recipes and cook when and if they don't have any confidence in doing so. Then Bobby, he does all of the design work for like rooms, houses, restaurants. He just does the interior design, and oh my god, his interior designing skills are like freaking amazing. I think out of everybody, he does the most work lah, lol. And we have Ten. Ten does the fashion stuff, so he changes up your style. He teaches you how to, dress up for your body shape. And yeah, and then last but not least, we have my favorite queen, Jonathan Van Ness, JVN. He is my favorite character out of all. No, not character. He's my favorite of the Fab Five, because he's so flamboyant. He just makes you feel like, he'll be like, yes, queen. He just makes you feel so happy. And he does the grooming section, so he recommends like the hairstyles, like how to take care of your skin, how to take care of your hair. And yeah, it's more of like a feel good kind of show for me. It's not trashy. This is not a trashy show. It's more of a feel good show for me. I love the camaraderie that the Fab Five have with one another, and they just are out to help people.
Yeah, I totally agree on it's not just about makeover.
Yeah.
Every episode they completely transform someone's lives.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's a very, very noble thing that they are doing.
Yeah.
Whether they are being paid or not, and whether
Of
it's
course
a
they are
production.
but
Whether that's all very secondary. But what they are doing, what they are bringing, the value that they're bringing to each and everyone's lives that they are transforming is priceless.
Yeah, it really changes people's life. I was just watching a video earlier today about like what happened to the cast of Queer Eye, like those people who have made the makeovers for in previous seasons, right? So they kind of gave updates, and some of them actually like got married. Some of them continue on with their business. They are successful now because of them being on Queer Eye. So like it's really, really more than just changing how you look and how you dress it, and like having a new house or new design of your house. It's like, thinking, it's like changing your mindset about how you view your own life, because a lot of them, like the people who are chosen to be in this show, they have struggles like in different ways. And that's another thing that I like about the show. It's not just about, I don't have the means to do this or whatever. Like, when you think of makeovers, it's like, this person, he doesn't have the means to get a proper wardrobe or to do some interior designing. It's like far, far more than that. Like their characters range from people who they want to move on with their life because maybe they had lost a loved one and they're trying to find balance in their life, or like this person who needs to take care of so many people in their family, but something is holding them back, like they have to primary caregiver for their family member who needs like attention health wise. So it's these kind of things, like you can really see a multitude of how everyone struggles differently, and they highlight it and they address it, and the words that they use to explain, like to spur these people on, they are very relatable, even if your situation that you're in is not directly connected to that, like you can also take their advice, that kind of thing. So that's why I like her. It's a feel good show, and you will confirm ogle at Anthony because he's really hot, and you will definitely like leave. After at the end of every episode, you will definitely feel like, oh my god, that was so nice. Okay, I'm channeling my inner JVN. So yeah, I really love Queer Eye a lot.
Oh, yeah. I really think that, because both of us, we used to work in the social welfare,
Yeah.
and we could relate to what these guys are doing for the people that they are helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's a really, to me, it's a noble deed, and all the struggles that they are helping the people with, they try to normalize these struggles.
Yes.
Because they themselves, they have experienced what
Correct.
some of these, or maybe most of what these people are really suffering from.
Yeah.
Right? Being in a LGBT community, they also shared how they are usually being discriminated and
ostracized
oppressed,
and all these.
right? And they were sharing what they have struggled with, and it's something that they were trying to tell people that you don't have to keep hiding from what you are suffering from. Just always be open.
Yeah, like power through.
Power through. Yep. So there's a lot of empowerment.
Yeah, it's I mean, in general, that's why I say it's a very feel good show. Like if you feel like crap, you watch Queer Eye and they will entertain you, and their words that they share with the I guess the guests in their show will somehow or rather like, oh yeah, that's very nice. I never thought of it that way. And it will just make you feel really good. And they're really funny. So yeah.
Yeah. So Queer Eye, if you have not watched, this is the best time to go and watch it.
Yeah, now they're on season 5 and I'm finishing it already.
Wow.
Yeah. And they have season 1. I think they have all the seasons, even the Japan one. They did a Queer Eye Japan. Oh my god, okay, never mind. Yeah, go and check it out yourself.
Okay, let me ask you, now back to me. If you're thinking about a very popular sci-fi show in Netflix, what is the first thing that you think of? Stranger Things.
I was thinking of that space
Space?
show.
What space show?
You know the one where they had to go out to space and then they got lost and then got the alien?
Lost in Space.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking. Well, anyway, yeah, Stranger Things.
But that's not as big as Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Stranger Things has got like a whole cult following, and they are one of the biggest Netflix sci-fi shows, right? But little did we know that there is also another hidden gem, a German production, which is called Dark. Oh
yeah,
my God.
We watched it together for a while and then I got bored.
Yeah, we watched it for 2 seasons and then you somehow didn't want to follow through. I watched the 3rd season and the 3rd season was so brilliant. Hey, wait, was it 3rd season?
No, I only watched the first season.
Yeah. I watched the 2nd season and the 2nd season is like, whoa. It's something similar to Stranger Things. There's a lot of what Stranger Things has, which Dark also has. But then again, Netflix has a lot of foreign shows which are really, really good. These foreign productions, right? And Dark happens to be one of them. What I like about Dark is that they managed to infuse all these time traveling, physics, all these quantum mechanics. Yeah, quantum mechanic. Yeah, it's all high level stuff. But the main thing about Dark is about time traveling. If you were to watch the show, you will see 3 tunnels. And if you were to enter any of these tunnels, it will make you go to a different year. So there's the past, the present, and an older past. So everything was like differentiated by 33 years, if I'm not wrong. It's a lot of twists. I couldn't believe the number of twists that they decide to input in the show because it's just too crazy. And this is one of the shows that you need to pay attention. If you do not pay attention, you just get lost.
Yeah, you will miss it.
Yeah, because people kept traveling in time and they appear in some other timelines And if you do not know where this person is or where he was from and where he's appearing, then you'll just be totally lost. Even me, I watch and I pay attention. I still had like, wait, what? So I had to go and Google just to look at the infographics, because they have a lot of infographics on this, who appears in what timeline and where does he venture to and all of that. Because I don't know if I want to say this, because this is like a huge spoiler.
I don't think you should.
I shouldn't,
Yeah.
All I can say is that one of the characters was someone else's father and son at the same time. Oh.
You see, this is the kind of content that my brain cannot absorb. Like,
Yeah.
my mental capacity is not as...
Yeah, but it's just brilliant. Okay, Duck is brilliant. You need to watch it. If you love Stranger Things, you will love Duck as well. Okay, the other foreign production that I want to talk about is Stranded.
Oh wait, is it at the Taiwan?
Yes, it's
okay.
Taiwan.
Oh, okay. That I watched and we were invested in that.
It's a very fun show to watch because it has the elements of horror, it has thriller. It has comedy.
Supernatural? No.
Supernatural?
No, right?
Yeah, yes, it has.
Right.
It does. Sci-fi also, and some action, right? So it's like romance also. So it's like everything that tickles your emotions is all in one show. And it's not a Hollywood production, which is the reason why I love it so much. Because Hollywood production is like so hyped out, right? You think about Hollywood, you think of, this is surely going to be good. But no, guys.
Okay? It's always the small one.
Yes, it's always a small one, which is also usually a foreign production, which always brings big shame to the Hollywood brand. Let's take, what was that movie?
Of what movie?
The one that won the Oscar best movie.
Parasite.
Oh my God. Parasite knocked the shit out of all the major high budgeted movie productions.
That was really, like, when you first watch it, right, you will feel like, it's like very basic only, like what? But I think the magic of Parasite is when you dissect it after you watch it, then you're like, oh, the levels, my God. Like, if you study film and media, actually more film, you can actually spot all of the parallels that they drew from the more rich people and the poor people in the show. So that was really good.
Yeah, and Stranded is no exception because the production value, the effects that they were using, the art design, the editing, it's really, really brilliant.
And I think the storyline also.
The storyline was good.
The storyline was shook us.
Yeah.
Like, it left us like, what?
Yeah. And you like the hero.
Oh yeah, the hero was really
good looking. And he's a good actor.
Yeah. Like, it's those kind of like, I don't talk so much, but my actions say a lot of things like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking, okay, this is not in my list actually, but because you're talking about foreign stuff, right? Another foreign production is Kingdom.
Kingdom
is the Korean zombie show.
Right, Kingdom.
I don't know about you, but I know that I think both of us, correct me if I'm wrong, we are like invested in that show.
Of course, anything to do with zombies, I am a fan.
That was guys, I don't really watch Korean shows, okay? I've never gotten... The only Korean show I watched was like Running Man, but like that was just on YouTube. And the Superman Returns, which is the kid stuff. But anyway, Kingdom was the first Korean show I was like hooked, like literally hooked. And I'm not really a big fan of zombie. I just really like that they just managed to grab me like right at the get-go. Because that's the thing with me when it comes to TV shows. If on the first episode I'm not hooked, right, you can kiss the other things goodbye.
Oh.
So like Game of Thrones,
so sad.
I almost gave up in like the 4th, 5th episode because it was too freaking slow. And then after that, I think my uni friend Eliza, she was like, no, just power through until like episode 7, it's gonna get better. And then true enough, it got better and I couldn't stop.
Yeah, all the other episodes were good except for the last season.
Oh god, don't even get me started. But anyway, yeah, Kingdom is one of them, if you have not watched it.
Oh, and I'm very, very intrigued and happy at the same time that they're not just stopping at season 2.
Oh yes, they're
It's
having
going to be a
season 3.
continuation. Yeah,
It's April 2021. I saw their release date.
Oh, really? Interesting. I wonder what they got. Oh yeah, they were showing that character that they were introducing at the end, which probably is the biggest villain that we don't know about.
Jing, jing, jing. So you better go and watch.
I want to press the button, but it's just too far away. Sorry for the delay, but better late than never. So those are some of the lists that
Wait, I have one last one.
What?
It's the one where you told me that it's super stupid, but in the end you begged me to not watch it without you.
Which is?
Love is Blind.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I feel this is like trashy AF. I think this is the most lamest show I've watched, but I still watch anyway. So I'm sure you guys have watched it. It was a big thing a couple of months back. So they got this group of people, like men and women, of course, and then they were asked to get to know each other without having to see each other at all physically. So you just get to know the person while talking to the person with a wall in between. Okay, so you don't know how the person looks like, you just don't know how the person looks like, and then the whole idea is
a blind date.
Yeah, it's like, what is love truly blind? Honestly, that's all the hosts say. Like in every episode, we're just gonna find out if love truly is blind. Episode 2, they say the same thing. Anyway, so you get to see how some of these romance flourish, and the only way they get to see each other face to face is if the guy or the girl propose to their chosen partner, and the person say yes, then they get to meet each other for the first time. Yeah, so this show is lame lah. It's so stupid. Okay, and Karun made fun of me when I was watching because I was very invested. I'm like, oh my god, like, ooh, like, things are not happening. Like, oh, like this couple is not making it. Like, oh, juicy. And then he's just like, what's this nonsense? And towards the end of the season, he like, serious? You don't watch without me. You don't watch without me. In the end, we watched like the last 2 episodes together. I want to watch them, like, at their wedding. Don't know what happened. Then I was like, yeah, you see, you made fun of me. Then now in the end, you're begging me. Then I have to wait for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Love is Blind is a show that it's a filler show. So you don't really have to pay attention unless you're like, oh, this is getting really interesting. Like, what's happening? So yeah, for me, I was very invested because I was very free. But yeah, a lot of the times I'm either like putting on my skincare, putting on a face mask, on my phone. Like if I miss something, it's not like detrimental, So yeah, Love is Blind is one of like the more stupid ones. I'm sorry if you love is Blind, but it's a lame show.
I was just thinking that maybe they should convert it to, like, maybe Surya should take over, or maybe the Malaysian network could take over and then just call it Cinta Itu Buta. Right? I think it would be very, very hilarious.
Yeah. It'll be really funny.
Yep. So those are some of the shows in our list that we are highly recommending you guys to go and watch. But I also just want to do a bonus content, which is the current comedy show that we are watching right now.
Oh yeah,
which is Community.
Oh my god.
It is so funny. Okay, but Community is not a new show.
It's an old show.
It's a very old show. I first watched it maybe 4 or 5 years ago on Amazon Prime Video, because it's one of the things that Amazon has. And I remember watching with my sister Hira, and we were having good laugh over it. And then I stopped watching it. I don't know why. But I really, really thank Netflix for bringing the show into the network. Because, guys, you know who the directors are? It's the Russo brothers.
Yeah, it's
You
the
know
same guys who did.
who did Avengers Endgame. Yeah. And the directors, these two guys, they are brilliant. And you can see at how every episode is in Community. Every episode has a totally very fresh vibe and flavor. So it's not like a typical, like Friends, or we watch Big Bang Theory, right? Where almost all episodes are the same structure. It's just that they have different stories. But Community, one of the episodes they become like animated characters.
Oh yeah.
One of it they are game characters.
Yeah.
And even in one of the Halloween shows, some of them become zombies.
Oh yeah. Actually, all of them became zombies.
Yeah, every episode is damn enjoyable.
And one of the things that I like about Community is, for some reason, they keep like pulling references from older TV shows or older movies, and like they just try to replicate it. And a part of me feels like, is this like purposely you do one, or
I think they're just giving homage to all the great classics.
But the thing is, they do it in such a like funny but not offensive way.
Yeah.
You know, it's
very
really
classy
like,
way.
very classy and like very respectful, but they have their own flavor because they are their own show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Community was one of the shows that Karan made me watch. I was like a bit dreading. I was like, I have to watch another show, I have to pay attention. But actually it really was one of them that really pulled my interest like right from the get-go, which is very important for me lah. And yeah, it was I don't think there's ever any episode that I never laugh.
Yeah.
I think
Episodes are great.
my favorite like of the series would have to be all the paintball series. So every season they will have like at least 2 episodes dedicated to paintball.
Yeah, some elaborate competition.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because the way they view their paintball tournaments, right? It's like as though it's like life
Super
or
serious.
death, you know. And then you're just sitting there like, God, like,
No, but the
why you
reward.
got such thing one? Oh, the reward it's not even worth it,
Yeah,
lah,
it's not even-
guys. It's like,
Like, what are you playing for this?
so much effort for what?
Okay. I have to ask you. Who is your favorite Community character?
Okay, I would have to say, even though I hate him, I would have to say Pierce.
Hey, that's my favorite character.
I don't like him, as in, I don't like him because he's so annoying.
Yeah,
And
racist.
he's so racist.
Yeah, he's damn offensive, damn racist,
Yeah.
damn.
He's
He
very-
discriminates at everything.
Yeah, he discriminates like women. He like really, he's just like a very annoying old man.
Yeah, but I like him because
he's
not
funny.
aware
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he
he's
is
like
a racist, he is a discriminating basket.
Yeah, and like there's so many cases where he say like, "Hey, don't call me racist." Then the next line is a racist comment. It's so funny.
Yeah, but you have to give it to Chevy Chase, the person,
Yeah.
the comedian playing Pierce
Yeah.
Hawthorne, and his moist towelette.
Yeah, and I guess it's the writers also lah, and the directors.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
the script writers and
Yeah,
everyone.
but Pierce is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, who is your least favorite?
I hate Brita.
Oh my god, yes, I totally
I
hate Brita.
I feel like the group can do without Brita actually. Okay lah, no lah, because she's such a shit stirrer, right?
Yeah.
She is the like, I thought that Annie was annoying because she's always this proper girl, but she has her issues
Yeah.
and she doesn't try to hide her problems. But Brita
She's not faking it.
yeah, Brita is just like, oh, I am perfect.
Yeah, pretentious.
Oh, I am like vegan. Oh, I saved the earth. You know, and then she's just annoying. She's an annoying character.
Yeah, I'm not sure who had Brita as an adjective for something very bad. It's either Pierce or
No,
Abed.
everyone.
But-
you Brita did, right? Like that kind.
Yeah.
I think everyone was like, do you use my name to say? But it's true. Then she got offended, and then at the end of the episode, they were like, okay lah, you just Brita it. Just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so Community, I think it's a must watch.
Yeah, I think
It is a
it's highly
must-watch.
recommended. Like even if you have short Even if you have short attention span like me.
Yeah. So guys, that has been almost an hour already for all the things that we are highly recommending on Netflix. If you have any questions, any more maybe shows that you want to ask, or maybe if you have genres that you want us to recommend, do just hit us up. Or if you have shows that you think are worthwhile to watch, just comment and give a shout out. We have on our platform a voice message that you can just leave of course, voice message, and we'll feature you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Right? Anything else, Tiara?
No. Enjoy your time at home. Stay at
enjoy your
home.
time.
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask.
Hey, but at least now you can visit your parents and your
Oh
grandparents.
yeah, because we are no longer in CB. We are under phase 1. And hopefully we can move safely to phase 2, which will mean we may be able to hang out with. You have to choose your 5 friends to hang out with.
Yeah,
But
hopefully it doesn't fall back to CB
phase 1
again,
or CB,
because there's talks that if anything is gonna be worse, it's gonna be back to CB.
Well, not surprised. I think that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, things are looking okay now. Things are looking better. So let's just think positive. Just be safe. Don't be stubborn. And hopefully we'll come out of this soon.
That's right. So guys, we'll see you in the next episode. This has been Tea Talk with Tiara and Khai. So we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, we were like voice synchronizing or something, all right? Okay, guys, take care and see you.
Bye.
Bye. It's a